Today I am joined by Zuzana Pavlica. Hi, Zuzana. Very nice to have you.
Hi, Saeeda. Thank you very much for having me.
So, Zuzana is a manager with us in our strategy and performance practice at Alvarez and Marsal in the Middle East. Zuzana has nearly 10 years of experience in consulting and has worked across multiple different sectors, including healthcare and telco, across many different geographies, which includes Europe, Middle East, as well as Australia. So, a very broad, very diverse, very international experience. And Susanna's background is that she graduated from the State University of New York with a bachelor's degree in international economic relations and business administration, as well as a master's from Louis University in Rome. And in addition, if that wasn't enough, Zuzana has also played basketball in the National Junior Czech League and grew up in the Czech Republic. So, very nice to have you on board, Zuzana.
Thank you very much, Saeeda. I'm glad that I'm invited and I can share a little bit my background and story.
Wonderful. So, Susanna, you've been a consultant for many, many years, 10 years. You've worked across so many different geographies and so many industries. You've worked at different consulting firms. Tell us, what made you want to be a consultant?
Um, so definitely, I would say it would be challenge. Simply. I was lucky enough to have my internship for a couple of years during my university study. So I knew what the work was about. I I like the firm. I like people. I like the team. So after my master, it was definitely the first choice. I wanted to continue in my international career
Mm,
because I had international education. So I simply wanted to have the opportunity to go in the same direction,
mm,
work with the people that will be, you know, um, determined. That's me. That will go extra mile. That that will challenge me, and that I could learn from. So this will be one. Other side definitely would be that at a very young age, as a junior, you would be exposed to really complex problems that CEO, CFO would have on their agenda, and you will be part of really complex issues. And so, at a very young age, you would be directly involved solving really strategic operations.
right.
And also, I like the diversity. So, being exposed to various industries. I spent a couple of or several years in telecommunications. I did amazing project for UK government where uh, I led the program for 5 CE countries. Being
Mm.
exposed to ministers, ambassadors, CEOs, startups. So again, variety of background and personality. For past 2 years, I'm exposed to health again, wonderful new industry, which especially in nowadays it's a really, really important topic. And I'm learning, I would say, every day something new.
Yeah.
So probably this will be the many, many reasons actually.
I can relate to many of those reasons indeed. There's no 2 days that are the same in this industry. Absolutely right.
Absolutely.
What have been
Absolutely.
some of the most interesting moments and perhaps some of the best learning experiences for you over the last 10 years?
I will start with something that is related to me, that is important. Uh, we work with the client. We are always happy with when we over deliver. We always try to over-deliver.
Yes.
And for me to see my growth, my career growth, right? To see that I learn every day, that I reach my promotions. If you would ask me 10 years ago that I would be here, manager speaking to you, I will tell you that's not happen. So. really, seeing how you as a person grow, learn, and just advance your life and your career and your knowledge.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I get that. And look, for all its advantages and for all that it does teach us and the opportunities that it gives us, it's also a very challenging profession and it extracts a lot.
Definitely,
So, what have been perhaps some
definitely.
of the more difficult things that you've had to deal with?
Well, you said it a little bit. I mean, sometimes it is challenging. Sometimes
Sure.
we work long hours, and I remember probably one of the hardest week in my life was with my team in Poland in Warsaw some years back, and we were working really hard because there was something wrong with Excel model.
Hmm.
And when there is something wrong with Excel model, it's not good. So we really and working probably 20, 22 hours per day, whole week. It was really, really challenging.
Yeah.
And then on my way back, I just basically collapsed and the plane took off. So you go extra mile when it's even too much of extra mile, and you discover there are certain processes in the plane at the airport that
Yeah.
you don't have to know about, but it worked.
Yeah.
And but yeah, that was probably the hardest week of my life.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I can imagine.
but funny to remember. Funny to remember.
It is funny to remember, and it's always interesting to be reminded. At the end of the day, we're all human, and we all have our limits, even though we don't like to admit it half the
Yes,
time. Absolutely, very
definitely.
true, very true. Interesting. So, Susanna, you and I have known each other for a long time. And I think
Yes.
one of the things that has always struck me about you is how determined you are. And the fact that when you
Mm,
set your mind to something, you actually just go after it and you make it happen.
mm,
What drives you? What
mm,
is it
mm,
that's made you so focused on getting to where it is that you'd like to be?
mhm, mhm. So I think it would. So definitely there is, driving force within myself about to be independent. Be able to rely on myself. About be able to rely on my knowledge, on my
Mhm.
experience, and have the knowledge that yes, I'm by myself. Whatever happens tomorrow, I can keep going. And I think that probably it comes from my family background. First of all, definitely it would be thanks to my mom that grew me up, and he was very strict with me since I was small kid. It was only about school and only about school. There was no time for anything else. And I had really like strict schedule from morning until evening, and no time for anything else. And basically, these patterns and the structure that you have, I think I was able to apply for my then later university studies as well as work. And I always, when I did my university studies, I was always so my schedule was, since I was 18, super busy. So the structure, determination, maybe what I learned from the sport, because you mentioned I was playing with the best team in Czech Republic at the time for the junior league. I was national champion in
Mm.
swimming. So you have this right feeling for competitiveness, desire to win. Also, basketball is team sport. So I like to work with the team. And but really this system structure, I think that how my mom brought me up definitely was really important. And the second part of that question will be definitely that my mom was single mom. So, the background for us, the family background that we had was, sometimes very challenging and difficult.
Mm.
Basically, from my family, I'm the only one with university. education. Nobody in my family speaks English, so I always was, the one to try to make it, find a way, and discover the world, which actually goes hand in hand.
Mm,
That you must realize that our, country was affected by communism. So the freedom that we have, which many people now take for granted, I really appreciate. I really appreciate the freedom that we have, freedom that I can work abroad, that I could study abroad, that I can work with many nationalities from around the globe, and learn every day. So and I think some people take it granted, but I really appreciate the opportunities that we have. So probably all these would be the driving force uh, behind the desire uh, that I want to be just independent
mm.
and uh, and rely on myself.
Very nice. It's funny how much of who we end up being is fundamentally driven by who we are and how we're raised. So I can understand.
Yes,
I can understand. And
yeah,
what has it been like, Susanna, to be a woman in an industry that is still quite heavily dominated by men?
sure, sure. So when, as I mentioned, I joining consulting first after my master's was definitely the first choice, and I'm really really glad that I was able to land. Even of course the interviews and everything was really hard. Uh, but yeah, I mean, of course, you joined the firm with very small percentage of women, among colleagues,
Mhm.
and you are, blonde, you are female, so there could be certain. Actually, I learned there were certain bets that maybe I lost about 3 months, and now it's 10 years, and I'm still going. So I think definitely, some people may have certain prejudice, expectation about your capability, but I think the most important is that you know what you want to do, you know why you want to do it, you love what you do,
Mm,
and you will always find someone who will be a little bit difficult, but I think that you will also find people that will be by your side, that will be your mentor, that will be your buddies, that will help to develop.
mm,
So you just need to go with what you believe in, trust yourself, and do your best. And what worked for me was I didn't deliver, I over delivered. So, I was making sure that I don't do mistake, or I try to limit any mistake. I go extra mile. I prove myself, and I really try to do my best in every angle.
very nice. Well, look, it's been working for you, right? So far, it's been working for you. You've had a fantastic career and a lot more to come. Wonderful. Any advice for
Hopefully.
a lot of our young mid-career
Hmm.
women, possibly men, who might be watching this and thinking, hey, maybe this is something for me?
In terms of consulting,
Kind of life.
so or in terms of career, or any basically career dream that you have. I think that definitely you need to realize that you lead your life. You are responsible for your life. You are responsible for your career, and there is, nobody else will do it for you. And it doesn't apply to consulting only, right? If you want to be national champion, if you want to be Olympic champion, if you want to be a piano player. So you really need to drive your career, your life where you want it to be. And one lesson that I always learn is better to see the glass half full rather than half empty,
Yeah,
because it can always be
yeah.
bad, but always have positive attitude and appreciate the things. And that I think having this positive attitude and positive mindset is really, really important, because then things happen. Actually, things happen. And probably the third point that I would like to mention is for anyone to be patient, because we do have everyone has a big dream, but they take time, right? So you need to know that you probably need to go step by step, and it might take time. It will not happen overnight, that you wake up tomorrow and you are managing director, right? So things take time, and you just need to be patient, work hard, and sacrifice the things that you think are right to do, and just live your dream.
Excellent. Wise words, very wise words. Thank you, Susanna. It's been an absolute pleasure having you on and talking to you.
Thank you very much, Saida. Thank you for having me. My pleasure, and looking forward to see you next time.
Okay, thanks. Bye.